Blue Beetle, I originally had no intention on watching this movie, but I was so glad that I did, because I think this is one of the better DC movies in years. And one of the biggest reasons for that is the CGI in this film. This is how CGI should be used. Blue Beetle is a perfect example because it's a balance of both CGI and practical, and it's the best of both worlds. Even when there is a lot of CGI displayed on screen, it's not over bloated, it's not unfocused like it was in the DCEU, so that's an improvement here. I really dug the story in this film of this piece of technology dropping into this kid's life, and now he has to come to acceptance with it. And the first two acts, I thought there was some great back and forth with the suit of him trying to understand what it does and understand the abilities and the powers of the suit. And so, I thought that segment of the film was really strong. I thought, for the most part, the Latino family dynamic was good. But then saying that, the humor displayed here, personally not my humor, but, I did like where the family eventually did end up and what their whole arc and story is throughout the movie. The action sequences, I think, are some of the best that the DC has done so far. We can't really call this DCEU anymore because this is really the start of James Gunn's, story going forward. But, I really liked what they did with the action in here. If I had, I guess, any faults for the movie, I would say that there's way too many scenes where the Latino family are speaking and there's no dialogue on the screen to to kind of follow what they're saying. So I felt that was a very weird direction that this movie took. So it would go from Latino to English back to Latino, and just it felt like I was only getting about a quarter of the conversation there. And the villain, or should I say villains, is a big corporation. So very generic bad guys. Very generic bad guys that want to take over the world, want to get power, basic fucking, villain, motivation right there. So I wasn't a big fan of the villain in this film, but I would be very keen on seeing more of Blue Beetle in this new James Gunn universe, because I thought this was one of the better DCE films. I thought this was one of the more entertaining DC films I have seen in years. So yeah, definitely check out Blue Beetle if you haven't already.